Hello students, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we'll deal with the fourth and final stanza of the poem An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. So let's begin with recitation of the final stanza. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break open till they break the town, and sow the children to green fields, and make their world run azure on the gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green lips open. History theirs, history theirs, whose language is the sun. Welcome students to this video lecture where we are dealing with the fourth and final stanza of this poem. Before moving to explanation part, a quick recap of the previous stanza. The opening stanza paints the poignant picture of poor students, as we have already read, and the second stanza talks about classroom content and its unusability in the lives of these children. And then poet moves to the third stanza. As I have already told you that there is a logical movement, a step by step movement, and each and every stanza stands for their own cause and voice. The third stanza has a tone of protest, but in the final stanza, means the stanza which we are going to study, the poet lowers his tone and makes a strong appeal, a serious plea to the concerned authority to change the fate of these poor students. Stephen Spender, a Marxist poet, a socialist poet, uh, who has uh, uh, donated his life for the cause of the poor proletariat people. So Spender appeals teachers, inspectors, and authorities seriously that please collect the political will and accept the moral responsibility in order to help these children stand for themselves and can write a history of their own. As the stanza begins, unless governor, inspector, visitor, means visitor comes to school as they come in all schools, even in Kendriya Vidyalayas, and when they come the school springs into activities, but the rest of the days the school remains inactive and do not do the job they are given in a serious way. So he appeals that please be serious, muster courage, and stands for these children. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives. This map becomes their window. This map comes again and again in this poem, and it's a very predominant metaphor. You know that this entire poem is loaded with metaphor and figures, as I have already told you. So, this map becomes their window. What does it mean? He appeals the custodian of these children. Custodian means governor, inspector, visitor, other people. He appeals these custodians and the school to let the map hanging in the classroom be a reality for themselves, not mere a decorative item hanging in the classroom. Here, window is a strong metaphor also, and through which a window is a metaphor which stands that we look through the windows, we see through the windows. So he wants that those children to see the world represented on the map and do not burn and die in that slum. It means this world let be open for them. Next line. And these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs. These windows only shows them the veritable hell, means the slum, that is almost a veritable hell. And if they are living in an underground cemetery, means their world is as if they are living in an underground cemetery. Underground means where there is no light, there is totally darkness, and they are not even alive. Cemetery stands for death, and here catacombs means underground cemetery. It means that there is no sign of life in these children, and they are dead alive. And then he makes the most strongest appeal in this poem: break, oh, break open till they break the town. Means all the chains which binds them to poverty, helplessness, and darkness. Please break that. Break all the shackles and chains of these poor people until they can stand on their own. They can become uh, self dependent. So break themselves, break all shackles, and free these children from this slum town. Means break, oh, break open till they break the town. Means empower them, strengthen them to that extent that they themselves can break the town. Here town means the slum in which they are living in. So educate them, empower them, give them all the opportunities and direction, advice and aid, so that they can become independent, and they can break the town of poverty they are living in. Then comes the line, break, oh, break open till break, oh, break open till they break the town, and show the children to green fields, and make their world run azure on gold sands. So break everything so that they can come out of their foggy, dark, black world to green fields. Here, green fields again is another metaphor which stands for happiness, productivity, joy, etc. So the sum total of or the essence of the poet's appeal is to break free them from their life of hell, and let them move towards the joy, happiness, and greenery, and make their world run azure on gold sands. Azure means, as you know, that dark blue, and here it stands for ocean, and the blue waves of ocean, and gold waves stands for open, vast, sunny beaches. If you if you have ever visited, or if you have ever seen in any movie or in picture, the gold sand beaches and the blue waves of the ocean. So these two means azure and gold stands expresses the poet desire for ultimate freedom and greatness for these children, just like vast unending ocean and open space of beach, which is in clear contrast with their confined, limited life. And here, let me remind you the very first line of the poem: far, far from gusty waves, these children faces. So, and in the last, the poet appeals to let these children come close to these gusty waves. Look at this. Look at this, structure and construct of the poem. How this poem comes full circle. Means in the beginning they are far, far from gusty waves, and in the last the poet appeals that let these children run azure on the gold sands. So this poem comes full circle. And let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves. This entire stanza is an extended metaphor. Means there are a number of metaphors. Nothing is said directly. Everything is expressed with the help of metaphor. Here, tongue stands for test, while white leaves stands for books. The pages they are also made of leaves, and they are white leaves, and green leaves means nature. And books are also a treasure trove of knowledge, and they also talk about the nature, the joy, the happiness. So the poet appeals to let the children test, means tongue means test. Let the children test the treasure of knowledge from the books, and knowledge and happiness directly from the nature itself. And this direct and indirect knowledge of the world will empower them to write their history of their own, whose language is the sun. And this is the last line, whose language is the sun. So this poem talks a lot about the fog, the darkness. And in the end, he says that empower their children so that they can move, they can come out of their confined, dark, foggy spaces to the world of sun, and they can become that strong that they can write their fate, they can accumulate their fortune, and they can live under the dazzling light of the sun. I hope this entire stanza is clear, and I think I must make a video on the figures, metaphors, everything uh, available or used in this poem, means the literary devices used in this poem. Thank you.